Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for, wait for it. Y'all, it only took 2.5 fucking years for them to finally bring this damn season back. Has it been that long? It feels like it's been longer. When is the last time that we seen Real Housewives of Atlanta? It feels like it was sometime around the pandemic. I know it ain't been that long, but it sure feel like it, you guys. How y'all feeling about it so far? This first episode was pretty good. I mean, at least we were able to see who of the ladies, the new ladies, we should say, are going to be messy. Who of the old ladies could they have just not brought back to begin with? Drew. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. I'm going to wish the ladies well. I don't want anything ill to happen to this season. They need this season to do well. So, we'll see. I have a lot of opinions today. You guys will share them. Okay, so with no more further ado, this is the review for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16, Episode 1. Let's get to it, shall we? I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It was like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show, of course, it opened up with Porsha. We have to have Porsha be the person to open it up because Porsha is who they originally planned to plan this whole season around. This was going to be Porsha's golden era. We were going to see Porsha's happily ever after with Simon Guabaldia. Okay, remember they had gotten married a couple of years ago. And, well, it went south, and now they're getting a divorce. So, yeah, no Simon. So we'll just have to make do for now, you guys. Porsha looks good, but Porsha always looks good. I always say that everybody in Atlanta is striving to look like Porsha. So we see Porsha, and, Porsha's like, hey, Atlanta, I'm back. I just been out here living my best life. I'm just raising Pilar as best as I can. She's getting so big. Me and Pilar are still staying in the marital house. However, it's starting to get difficult. That's because Simon has put in all these different motions every 15 minutes with the court, trying to stop Porsha from doing things, okay? As of now, the one thing he doesn't want her to do is film in the house. We already know that she got that cleared and she's able to film in the house, but I guess at the time when this first started, they were still going back and forth in court. So yeah, she's telling us about her fabulous life and everything, and then I started laughing and I thought about this comment that one of the Roxstars had put in my comments a long time ago, but I never forgot it. They were like, oh, get ready to see Porsha having a conversation with her mother and her sister and Shamia, crying about how her relationship didn't go well and how Simon tricked her and all that. And I just laughed to myself because on cue, we got the flashback of her talking to her mother and sister. The only person that was missing was Shamia, okay? But other than that, yes, we already know how Porsha rolls. She is going to play the victim in this when we know that girl stole that man's husband. I don't care. She stole him. And now she's getting her karma. And she says that she's fine with karma. Good karma or bad karma, it all comes her way. However, the good seems to always take care of her. She always lands on her feet. Those feet that we see her jogging in. I said, girl, now when you started to be a runner? Porsha don't strike me as the type that exercises regularly like that. The only laps that Portia's getting is around somebody's operating table. Anyway, Porsha looks good. She's back. She can expect to be teased and poked at all season, you guys. Now, we see Porsha. She says, the last thing that I wanted to do was to have to call Randy again. Randy was just like, baby, let's get some airtime. You know what that mean right there? Y'all keep on getting fucking divorces. Randy gonna be there. She goes and sits down with him. Randy is trying to be, he's trying to show the proper amount of gravitas. He's trying to be empathetic with her. It's too bad that you're here again today. Yes, I had to come because I needed to protect my assets. Okay, because you know what? Simon was not the man that she thought that he was when she stole him. Imagine that. I was like, Porsha, you didn't even know the nigga long enough to get to know him. But I mean, I guess semantics or whatever. He was not the man that I thought he was. I had to ask him, like, why every time we go to the airport, they asking us to come to a second line? So Porsha's going to passive aggressively throw shots at Simon the whole time. I mean, I guess I would too if I was her. Porsha was telling us that, you know, their relationship when they first got together, you know, I was so set to be like a wife. Like I was going to follow that man wherever he went. Okay, as long as he had the money. Once she found out the nigga didn't have no money like that, then it was time to go. She said that she knows she was posting like her relationship was perfect. But I can tell you that on Valentine's Day, we had a big fight. And we was not in a good place when I posted that picture. She kept up that front long enough to make sure she got a new contract from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Once she got that, then it was like, oh, I ain't gonna be with this nigga no more. I know the Bravo execs was like, what? Girl, that was the whole reason why we brought you back. We don't want to look at you looking pitiful. What we supposed to do with just Porsha? So yeah, now they don't communicate at all. She said that it's gotten really, really bad, you know, and now she's got to be that mean person, that cold person that Simon likes to say that she is. Because again, Simon is not who he claimed to be. I don't know if Simon claimed to be anything, but you sure thought something, didn't you? But what I really want to talk about is Shamia. Let's have a conversation about Shamia, because I've told you guys this plenty of times in the past, but I'm going to double down on it. Shamia deserved that peach. Okay, I know in the past there was some conversation about whether or not they were going to give Shamia the peach. Shamia wanted to be on the show. I think her husband didn't necessarily want to be on the show. And then, of course, she has a daughter who has health problems. We were able to see that in Shamia's little segment. We'll talk about that in a second. But Shamia is the real deal housewife here in Atlanta. The reason why I feel like we all need to be Team Shamia right now is because Shamia been sitting on all that wealth and everything that she got going on over there for years. How long did she say her and her husband have been married? 10 years? They've been sitting over there on that wealth for all of them years, and she ain't threw it in nobody's fucking face. All these bitches around there been claiming to have it like that, but they didn't. Shamia has had it and has not even tried to throw it in anybody's face, you guys. That right there ought to let you guys know that Shamia is the real deal, okay? This girl been over there in her $9 million house. That is a whole, now $9 million is a lot of money, but $9 million of a house here in Atlanta goes a long way. If you got that kind of money in Atlanta, you doing things, big, big things, okay? And so it's just like, Shamia is a housewife. Well, she works, but she's a wife. She's a mother. She actually lives in luxurious opulence. Did you see how beautiful her home was? And she still works and everything. And like I said, ain't never threw it in nobody's face. Shamia has the life that Porsha wanted. Porsha was taking the shortcut route to get to where Shamia got. And I know that Porsha probably hate the fact that Shamia's husband saw Shamia first before she saw Porsha. Because I know Porsha might have had her hooks up in that one. But yeah, you guys, I know that people have been going on and on about how Shamia has been just basically the lapdog to Candy, to Porsha. And she has been, especially to Porsha. Porsha has not been a good friend to Shamia like Shamia has been a good friend to Porsha, and from what we've seen on the show anyway, because Shamia's not a fake. And I know that it's going to get on Porsha's nerves that everybody sees Shamia, especially in the light where she is right now and where Porsha is. Okay. And, you know, it's too bad that you feel like you got to compare them, but we wouldn't be comparing the two of them if Porsha seemed like she was genuinely happy for her friend. But it never has felt like that. It has never felt like that. Okay. We remember when they got married and she didn't go to the wedding because she couldn't get on the plane because she has a condition. But I bet you that heifer been flying her ass back and forth to Nigeria since she was with Simon. And even afterwards. Now, what is it? You can or you can't fly, you know, so we know. And even in this episode, Porsha was doing her Porsha thing. So, yeah, we're going to see more of that. But anyway, getting back to the show. So all that to say, I'm going to be Team Shamia. I really hope that she is willing to take the front front seat. I think that she is. Like, I feel like she's ready to take the driver's seat the way that she was talking. But she needs to remember that, girl, you really are the epitome of Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. Okay? You the one. So I hope she plays her cards right. But anyway, we're going to have to get her family used to being on camera, because it was just sort of like, it felt so scripted. You know, her walking in, her seeing the baby, you know, her hugging the baby, her hugging her family and all that. I mean, it's not nothing that she probably doesn't do. I'm sure she's like that with her family regularly, but it still felt like everybody was like, uh-oh, the camera's here. Hey, Ma, how you doing? Hey, Dad. You know, Shamia having to do all these full conversations. Like, I just was like, oh, feels a little produced. Feels a little produced. Okay, but it's okay. We just got to get them used to being on camera. But y'all get on board. I want everybody to get on board, because we team Shamia here. Shamia is the one. And she was so excited to tell her story, you know, telling us about how she met Issa. Y'all know that we call him Issa Rae. I don't know how I'm going to be team Shamia and be calling her husband Issa. What's the man's name? I'm going to have to learn his name. But is it disrespectful to call him Issa Rae? Y'all know that man look like Issa Rae, but it sounds like it's like. All right, I'm gonna find out what his name is, y'all. I won't keep calling him Issa Rae. But anyway, she sends down and she's telling them about this party that she's gonna have for her birthday. And, well, who's all gonna be there? Well, fuck it, we doing the show, so all of the housewives gonna be. I mean, she don't say that. But, you know, she starts going down the list. Well, my best friend Porsha, she always have to put best friend in front of it. Girl, you ain't gotta do that. My best friend Porsha is going to be there, you know, and then the Kenya, and then the other girls, you know, Kelly and Britton, you know, and all this. And one of the nephews, or whoever he was just like, I mean, if you got to work hard to be friends with somebody, then maybe, you know, you shouldn't be friends with that person. And she was just like, well, look at you trying to drop some knowledge. I was like, that's common sense, Shamia. Ain't nobody got time to be working hard. Like, you definitely ain't got time. You got a sick child. Okay? So all this petty shit that these girls gonna be trying to throw your way, girl, please, I would pay it dust. I would pay it dust. The only thing I'm concerned about is the fact that, do you really want everybody to know the kind of wealth that you and your husband have here in Atlanta? Because I'm telling you, there's these bitches in Atlanta, they is real good. Or some of them will definitely not care. They will not care, and they will come after your man. And that's the only thing I'm a little worried about. I'm a little worried, okay? Because I don't think nobody knew that she was doing it quite like that. None of just the average viewer, okay? So it's just like, girl, you was bringing a spotlight on a whole lot. We did not know that y'all house was the second most expensive house sold the year that you guys bought y'all house. Well, anyway, she says that Drew is also going to be there. Charles Oakley's wife. What's her name? Is it Angela? I don't remember what her name is. But, you know, she's just going down the list and telling everybody who's all going to be there. So that'll be the first get-together, I'm assuming. Now, speaking of Drew, we see Drew. And as soon as we saw Drew, I was like, oh, I forgot this girl was coming back. I'm telling you, Kenya and Candy, they did a lot of people a favor. The fact that Candy left, I think, is the only reason why Drew is back. And we know that the fact that Kenya left is the only reason why Phaedra came back. So, yeah, they helped some people out. But looking at Drew, I was just like, oh, that girl, I can't stand Drew, child. She outside with the kids. We find out that she is still going through a divorce with Ralph. She said it's been a roller coaster and it's been a bit of a shit show. So while she's there at the house, and who should come to visit her but Kenya of all people? I said, Kenya and Drew. Now, child, who decided to put these two together? And you guys thought that we was gonna buy it? Again, good thing that Candy left. That's the only reason why Drew getting Kenya's time. She's telling Kenya how, you know, Ralph is there and they had just went to court, and now Ralph has been relegated. He's moved down to the basement. I was like, isn't that where he was staying before? There shouldn't be a problem this time either. You know, last time the nigga was able to get all the way to Florida. She didn't even know he was gone. Shit. That nigga won't mess with you at all, Drew. But anyway, yeah, he down in the basement. And it's perfect because there's an interest for him to go in and out and everything. They don't communicate. They communicate through an app. It's just real bad right now. Okay, so poor Drew. Wah, 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 wah. But she's been busy. She said, I did 5 movies last year. Okay, all on Tubi. She also said that she's been working on her music. And that Dennis, of all people, has been helping her. Kenya was like, Dennis? Portia's Dennis? I said, not the superintendent. This nigga is now doing music? Since when? I thought he was the hot dog king. Kenya was like, oh, well, why he didn't help Porsha with her music career? And Drew was just like, oh, well, I mean, maybe he wasn't doing it. She said, well, you said it was a passion. I said, well, ain't nobody said it was lifelong. Shit, you know, between hot dog buns and what flavor sodas we gonna have in the tap over there, you know, shit. The niggas might have been able to squeeze some music in there too. But it's ironic that she would work with Dennis. See, now, when we talk about being like a show being produced, this whole episode was produced. Because of all the people out here in Atlanta, I can tell you, out of the 1,015,000 people that you would meet, half of them are fucking music producers out here. So, like, you can find somebody else. You did not have to have Dennis. The only reason why we have Dennis is so that we can add a little extra little, you know, something to the story with Porsha being there. Okay? And keep that drama going that Drew might be seeing Dennis, because that's the new rumor that they're trying to push on us. She said that he's her angel on earth. He's a stand-up guy. But, you know, it's all good because Portia's on board, or at least she thinks that she's on board. You know, of course, she hasn't talked to Porsha about this. She's just assuming that she is. Yeah. Drew is still annoying. All right, you guys, and then let's jump over to one of the new girls, Kelly. Now, Kelly would be the one that when she sat down with the Bravo executives and they wanted to know what she brought to the table, she told them that she would be the one to bring it to Porsha and make sure that everybody knows that she stole somebody's husband, and she's going to be the one to ask the questions because she knows that other people probably don't want to. Or they don't want Kenya to do it because they want Kenya and Porsha to have a different dynamic. So who wants to be the bad guy? Oh, me. Kelly, I'll be the bad guy. I'll be that person because Kelly is thirsty and she wants everybody to know who she is on this show. And now Kelly is the single mom of 4 daughters, 17, 14, and twins, daughters 8. Okay. And she said there's never a dull moment when she's around. She is going through a divorce. It'll be finalized in 2 months. Her ex-husband to be, his name is Mark. He's the father of like the last 3 of her girls. But she's ready to be divorced. You know, she wants to take her maiden name back. Now, Kelly apparently has a chicken and waffle place out here in Atlanta. I've never heard of it, but I mean, that doesn't mean everything. I haven't heard of a lot of places, so that doesn't mean anything. However, the way they was talking about it, like it was a well-known establishment around here, I said, oh, okay. What was the name of the place? Nana's Chicken and Waffles, I think it is. Her best friend, Brittany, is also going to be on the show. I think we're going to have Brittany's, like, official package next week. We didn't really get an official pack. We were softly introduced to Brittany in Kelly's segment. I wasn't even sure if she was the other housewife at first. I was like, well, they said the other girl's name was Britt or Brittany, so maybe that is the girl. But anyway, Kelly kind of looks like if Kenya Moore and Ashanti had a baby. We mix them all together, then you would probably get Kelly. So we'll see. I think that Kelly's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. But because what Kelly has been tasked to do, which is to be the one that bring it to Porsha, we'll see. People might end up liking Kelly only because they don't really like what Porsha did. So, but this first look at Kelly, I was just like, okay, I'm good. Now, the first group outing, or it's like, you know, a couple of the girls get together. We have Shamia with Britt and Kelly. So when they sit down, you know, one of them is just like, you know, I just think that you're the mom of the year. Like, you're the best mom and the wife, and you work and you do all of this. You know, she had to give her big ups right there. Shamia, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. She admires her so much. Okay, we got all that out the way. Shamia's birthday party comes up again. Okay, give us the lineup. Who's all gonna be there? Girl, everybody. But I mean, okay, we'll do it for the show. My best friend Porsha is gonna be there, child. We started with her best friend Porsha. And Kelly was just like, well, I just want to know why she stole that the woman's man. Okay. And Shamia was just like, like, girl, you already going there? Yes. Kelly is like, I ain't got no time to waste. This show been on hiatus for a long time. Let's get this shit going. So, Shamia's trying to take up for Porsha. Like, no, she didn't steal their man. They were very public on social media. They were going through a separation. And Kelly was just like, bullshit. Kelly was just like, honey, she went over to that man's house with Fallon and saw what Fallon had and decided that she wanted it. And next thing we knew, she was getting married to him. Shamia was just like, but those are just rumors. I said, Shamia, okay, listen, this is the first thing. If we gonna be team Shamia, I'm gonna need you not to be crawling up Porsha's ass the whole fucking season. Like, we do not want to see that. You have a right to be there. Don't feel like you have to be Porsha's punch doll any longer. You got what she wants. Don't sit up there and feel like, I understand you trying to be a good friend and everything, but don't feel like you got to be kowtowing to Porsha this whole season. We done seen it for plenty other seasons. Let's do something new this time. Anyways, who else is all gonna be there? Kenya gonna be there. She said, I also invited Drew. I invited Ralph too because I just wasn't really sure. I said, oh, is that the reason why you invited both of them? Because on cue, one of them says, well, I heard that she was dating Dennis. And Shamia was like, what? Dennis? Yeah, girl, they was at a party and they were supposed to be holding hands and everything. Oh, really? Yep. And then the other one goes, oh, he was in my DMs. He been trying to reach out to me. Really? What he said? Oh, he said some shit. She said something. But she, of course, didn't respond. Well, Britt said, I've actually been out on a date with him. Oh, how small the world is here in Atlanta. Oh, you did, huh? Do tell. They just went on one date, and she was pretty coy about it. She didn't tell us much. I'm just like, oh, this is such a mess. Dennis seems to be a hot topic here on this first episode, huh? You can already see where that mess is going. How y'all feeling about Kelly and Britt so far? Then later on, we see Porsha and Shamia at the strip club. I couldn't figure out why we was in the white folks strip club. I was just like, y'all couldn't have gone to Strokers of Magic City or something like that? Because we were sitting up here looking at this white girl clap her flat ass. I mean, listen, I'm not hating. I can't do that shit. Every time I try, Mr. be like, no, Roxanne, your butt too tight. You need to loosen, do something else. Anyways, they sit down and, Portia's telling Shamia about Simon and how bad things have gotten. And, Shamia was just like, he texted me today. He did. Yeah, girl, he texted and he was just like, congratulations, on getting your peach and can't wait to see you on the show and blah, 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 blah. And Shamia was just like, I told him that it was supposed to be all of us. Yeah, and then Porsha went and pulled the rug out from everybody. Porsha was just like, he got way bigger things to worry about than who got a peach. Okay, and don't call him bro, because he is not bro. Another thing that gets on my nerves about the show now is things don't happen organically anymore. It's just like, you already know that the producers have already told the ladies that this needs to come up at some point in this conversation. And so they don't never waste any time. Nothing builds up to anything. Shamia just immediately carrying the bone. Well, I went out with Kelly and Brittany the other day, and Kelly want to know why you stole that lady's husband. And so Portia's just like, what? That's the energy that she was coming with already? Yes, girl, you should have been prepared. You lucky that they done told Kenya not to give it to you like that. Okay, you lucky, because it would have been 10 times worse had we not got this new girl in here to do it. So Porsha, trying to take the upper road. You know what? I don't even have time. Like, she can get blocked. Okay, because I don't even want to hear no more. And Shamia was like, girl, wait a minute, there's more. Oh my God, what else? Well, your man, your baby's father, the superintendent, also known as Dennis, the hot dog king. Yeah, apparently he's dating Drew. What? He dating Drew? So yeah, that's the conversation that Porsha and Shamia had over there. And do you know that Porsha got the nerve to say, all this bullshit sneaking around with my child's father has gotten crazy? I said, girl, no, you did not. Just say that after you went and snuck around and stole that woman's husband. But now all of a sudden somebody stealing your baby father is crazy. She ain't even stole him because he's not even with you. But still, yes, I know they not together and everything, but girl, can you see how it's never fun when the rabbit got the gun? Now, let's jump over to Shamia. So we see Shamia again. This is another one of those times when it's just sort of like, okay, they don't really know what to put on the camera no more. They got Shamia up here singing this whole long song to her mother about rain, rain, go away. Come again some other day. Rain, rain, rain. I was just like, okay, Shamia, we know you can sing. We did not need you to give us no 2-minute rendition of Rain, Rain, Go Away. Okay? And your mama standing over there, amen. Okay. All right. And then when she thought she was done, she wasn't done. She was just, oh, okay, we're not done. Okay, amen. All right. Because she had a second verse. Shamia, wrap this shit up. But I guess that was like the venue of where the party was going to be. And we see the ladies, they're all getting ready for the party. First, we see Porsha. Now, we see Porsha first. I don't know what time it was when we see Porsha, but they definitely show us Porsha getting her makeup done early in the day, talking on the phone to Cynthia. Cynthia was just like, hey, girl, I was just calling to check on you. I was like, oh, Cynthia's calling to check on Porsha, of all people. Okay, well, let's put these two together, child. I mean, I guess. She was just like, girl, I just want to reach out. I heard about the divorce and everything, We both, we fall in love hard. We jump in head first. Okay. A motherfucker could have red flags just screaming out the windows, and you guys is good for ignoring them. That's the part that she left out. Shit. But whatever. She say, dang, I can't even go to Nigeria. Porsha, why can't you? I got family out in Nigeria. When I did my DNA test, I found out I was whatever tribe she was from. Even the girl doing my makeup. Are you from Africa? Yes. What part? Nigeria. See? What tribe is she? Was part of some tribe or whatever. And she was just like, see, that's my sister. Oh, God. We gonna be talking about Africa this whole season. So what about Drew? Have you talked to Drew? Well, I haven't talked to Drew, but they say that Dennis has been helping her with her music and helping her through her divorce. And and then Porsha tries to keep going, and Cynthia was like, wait a minute, hold on. Dennis, the superintendent? Why is he with Drew? And, Porsha starts laughing. She did that to be messy on purpose. Porsha started laughing and was just like, listen, everybody is back outside. Hell, Porsha back outside, and I guess Drew is too. The ladies start getting to the venue for the party. Now, Shamia sits down with Kelly because she wants to get her up to speed and know what's going on, And so she sits down and she says, I just wanted to tell you, what you said to me the other day made me uncomfortable with what you said about Porsha stealing that lady man. Okay. And Kelly was just like, okay. She said, so, I did tell her. She said, of course I know you told her. Okay. Because next thing I know, she was on social media, talking bad. Then they show this interview that Porsha was supposedly doing that looked like they just filmed it for the show, child. I mean, I guess maybe it was a real interview, but I had never seen it. Okay. Anyway, when Cynthia got there, I was glad that Cynthia let her true, opinion fly when she saw how beautiful Shamia's house was. She was just like, now that is wealth. Okay. Again, nobody was doing it like Shamia. The only other person that could have been comparable was Candy. And Candy is gone, So Shamia is it. So Cynthia's just like, girl, this fucking house is goddamn. We also see Charles Oakley's wife. What is her name? Is it Angela? I feel like Sharon. Is it Sharon? It was weird the way that, usually they do a better job of introducing the ladies to us. Like, these ladies, I was getting them mixed up. They kind of all look alike and shit, but I'm going to know who Charles Oakley's wife is because she has a deeper voice. Okay. And she looks like somebody that I might actually like. Her name is either Sharon or Angela. I don't know what the name is. I'm sorry, you guys. But she comes in and she's just talking about her being an alpha female. And she was just like, honey, basically she runs circles around Charles. She the one that's making the decisions, wearing the pants around there. He's just the breadwinner. Cynthia talks to Kelly and they just find some things that they have in common. They're both Pisces. And then Kelly asks Cynthia, she wants to know why Porsha took that lady's man. I was like, girl, how long you gonna say it? How many times you gonna do this? Then Britt is there with Angela. I think her name is Angela. I think it's Angela Oakley. Okay. And Cynthia and Kelly. So they all sitting down at the table. Drew shows up. She knew Kelly from Kelly's Waffle Restaurant. Then she said that she and Angela, they have the same hairstylist. And they're both from Chicago. So, you know, that they have that in common. You know, Cynthia's happy to see Drew. And Kelly asked Drew, and then this is when Kelly asked Drew if she's publicly dating Dennis. I guess they didn't really make too much a big of a scene of it, because I guess we was going to be focusing more on Kelly and asking about Porsha and Simon. So it was like, we can't tackle that right now. But she definitely threw that out there. I said, oh yeah, Kelly is going to be the messy one. Kenya gets there, you know, and there she was just like, oh, you know, saying hi to everybody. You know, everybody hugging and all that. Then she's like, where's Shamia and Porsha? Well, Shamia's still getting ready, and Porsha hasn't made it there. Okay. What's taking everybody so long? That's when Shamia finally does come out in her royal blue dress. Looks very, very pretty. And yeah, Portia's still not there. They said by this time it's like 7 o'clock in the evening. They're just like, Porsha should have been here by now. So now we got more time for Britt and Kenya to rub each other the wrong way. You can already see how it got started, why it went so left at Kenya's grand opening for her hair salon. You can see how it got started at this birthday party. So anyway, you know, Shamia's out there. She's sitting talking with the ladies, and then they're saying, oh, Shamia, we need you to come to the front. There's a surprise for you. Oh my God, is it really? I said, oh yeah, girl, let's see what you got. What your man get you, girl? Your rich man, your rich African husband who look like Issa Rae. So they get out there to the front of the house, and, you know, they uncover the car, and he bought her a Rolls Royce truck. It is nice as fuck. Okay. And she's just like, ah! Like, I don't know how many cars you need to have. Hell, I would be terrified to drive that truck around Atlanta the way niggas be stealing and shit out here. Okay. But I mean, I guess you just make sure you go to certain areas with it. But she's jumping up and down. She's excited and all this. You know, she get in the car. We get Issa. He come on around and get in the car too. And then who should finally get there but Porsha? Now, I done already told you guys about how I did that picture that Porsha and all them took when they was at Kenya's hair salon grand opening, how Porsha really tried to get in the middle of of Shamia and Kenya when they were taking that picture, but then she finally had to go to the end. Like, Porsha is definitely that friend that wants the attention. So she gets there right, and now, of course, she would not know when they were doing the car thing. But for her to get there and then walk up to Shamia while she in the driver's seat and pictures is being taken and everybody is standing there and the cameras and everything, here come Porsha. Still in the moment. I was just like, ooh, Porsha. Hey, girl. What? Bitch, will you move? Thank you for coming, but can you move? Porsha definitely has that slick, I'm jealous, but I'm going to act like I'm not kind of way. Maybe as the season goes along, we will see something different. But with all of the past knowledge that we know how Shamia and Porsha's relationship has gone, I think that is really going to be hard for Porsha to swallow the fact that everybody is now really seeing what Shamia has. Now we see Cynthia. Cynthia sits down with Kenya, and Cynthia is trying to debrief Kenya on what she's missed. Okay. And so now Cynthia's carrying the bone. You know, Kelly want to know, you know, why Porsha stole that lady's husband. And Kenya starts laughing. Oh, girl, hide your husbands, hide your wives. Okay. And Cynthia just kind of look at her like, didn't they already tell you that you was going to be on Portia's side, not on the messy side? Okay. But Kenya couldn't help herself on that one. She had to say that one, but she was just like, I'm just kidding. I said, girl, that was your one slight towards Porsha. You guys got to be friends this season before you get kicked off too. So anyway, we got all the ladies together now, and you know, we have to have a scene where they're all in one room together. So they separate all the ladies and they put them in a different room from the party. So Shamia and the other ladies in there. And of course we sit down, and again, Kelly, one assignment and one assignment only. She wants to know why Porsha stole this lady's man. Girl, why is it that important to you? Okay? I mean, damn, I know we all wanted it for the show and everything, but fuck, can we get a break? It's just the first episode. You're already wearing this shit into the ground. Okay? Again, maybe they're just getting it out the way. But Porsha was just like, excuse me, I don't even know you. I just sat down, like, can I have something to drink or something? And here you come asking me, how you even come? Like, you want to ask me another question? Like, what's your last name? I don't even know what your last name is. I said, girl, we barely knew what her first name was. Hell, I keep getting her mixed up with the other one. So, Kelly is still sticking to it. She want to know. And Porsha was just like, I don't want to talk to you no more. Okay, I want to talk to somebody else. Like, who else is girl? Angela tries to soften it up, and she was just like, I think that she's just trying to say that we are trying to address, like, the elephant in the room. I was like, well, damn, can a bitch sit down and eat a fucking pig in the blanket and get a glass of champagne for y'all come around here attacking her already? Kelly was just like, listen, I'm not a beat around the bush kind of bitch. I got questions. I need to ask them. So yeah, Kelly and Porsha, they're going to be the ones that going against each other. Then the topic of Drew's party comes up. Oh, Drew, girl, I was like, you had a good time at your party that you didn't invite me to. Drew was like, I didn't invite anybody. And Porsha was just like, well, I got an invite. And Drew was like, and you didn't even come. Okay. Porsha got an invite from Dennis. Dennis invited her to Drew's party, I guess to be his +1, but he's supposedly dating Drew. Like, what is going on here, So somebody finally asked, well, are you seeing Dennis? And then, that's kind of how it ended. And I was just like, I guess we needed to have some kind of drama around Porsha since now Porsha not with Simon. So now it's going to be Porsha that got downgraded down to drama with Drew of all people. Like, Drew is so inconsequential. Like, why is it that Porsha would even care about Dennis and Drew at this point, Anyway, y'all, that was it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season. Like I said, I hope the season does well for the ladies. Kelly and Britt, they're really going to try to bring it for sure. We'll see. We'll just see if it's the bringing it that the viewers want, or is it going to be more of the same that we're sick of? How y'all feeling about it thus far? Y'all have to let me know. All right, you guys, that's it. Make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.